Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Young Falcon, and today we're here to discuss next generation technology, starting with the Xbox Series X for today. Just discussing my first impressions with the console, not a full review as I'm going to save that towards later, especially for the Xbox. I think it is absolutely unfair to fully review this thing in its current state. It feels very beta, right? It still feels very beta, and we'll discuss a little bit of why I feel that way, but yeah. Let's get straight into it. First off, design-wise, it's a rectangular prism that's very unassuming. It fits perfectly underneath or near whatever you put it next to. I absolutely love its design, and its I/O ports and everything is just simple. It's a very simple console to set up and plug in. And again, it's very unassuming, doesn't make any noise at all. It doesn't even get hot. It's relatively cool to the touch, even during extended playtime. I've had it on for literally 10 to 12 hours, both in rest mode and just, playing it throughout the day. And no issues, none, like zero issues. It just works fine. It doesn't make any noise, never even heard the fan whir up. It's very quiet. And again, when I went to go touch it after, an extended period of time, only a little bit warm, not hot, not, blazing, just warm. And I think that's great, especially considering my Xbox One X, one of the reasons why it broke was because of its overheating issues where the HDMI retimer chip got absolutely destroyed. But regardless, I am really looking forward to more playtime with this console. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I haven't had any issues in terms of its core design at all. It's a very unassuming piece of machinery. It just works, and I love that about it. For the games that are on display, there are literally like no launch titles. I think we have like Tetris Effect Connected. We have Bright Memory, I think was a Series X enhanced game or Series X game. That's about it. There's not many launch titles or anything of that nature out there, and that's one of the biggest disappointments so far. There are games that are getting enhancements, Gears of War 5, Forza Horizon 4, etc. But it's just not enough, especially if you're like me and I've already played these games to death in the last generation, or you just have a really decent PC that already ran these games at the frame rates that they're getting on the Series X. So it's kind of hard to justify, I guess, picking one up unless you are a diehard Xbox fan or you're looking for a replacement to your One X like I was. I was just trying to replace my One X, and I wanted one before they were gonna be like really hard to find or whatever, and I don't want to pay 800 plus or wait till 2021, like late 2021 or whenever it's gonna be to pick one up. So heck it, right? I'll pick one up now. Regardless, for the showcase of I guess the Series X enhancements, I only have third-party games to showcase right now. I played a lot of Watch Dogs Legions. That game was really good. It's got beautiful ray traced visuals, and it's got a little bit of the Ubisoft fatigue setting in already, but it's a fun enough game. I do enjoy its combat and its I guess open world design, and I think it is absolutely stunning, especially at nighttime when all the ray tracing bells and whistles are firing off all cylinders. The reflections are really going to town, and you're seeing through these holograms, and it's just beautiful. And it doesn't have this weird wiry mesh that the Xbox One X version has. It's great. It fixes a lot of my issues I have with the One X version. It has a much more stable frame rate, and again, the ray traced effects and everything on display just makes London stand out, and it's a world I do enjoy exploring. And I honestly think it is one of Ubisoft's better games. Ubisoft, I know, has a rough track record. You either love their games or you don't, in my opinion, and I am a fan of the repetitive collectible kind of, I guess what I would call the modern day 3D collectathon, right? These are the Ubisoft games to me are the modern day 3D collectathons in terms of just, being collectibles. You collect skill points, you collect characters in Watch Dogs Legions, and you just do all sorts of, kind of repetitive missions and stuff to get what you need to get. And I think the game's not that bad. It's got some decent variety and stuff, and it's a little fun. A little mini review on Watch Dogs Legions, but I did have fun playing it, and the Series X definitely made that experience a lot more enjoyable. And from what I was trying to do on my PC, it definitely felt like a pretty similar experience, trying to hit like ray tracing 30 and all that. And even then I still had issues with a base 2060. I don't have a 2060 Super or anything, and I definitely do not have a 30 series card, as I need to upgrade my entire PC for that, from what I've been reading. So yeah, for what I have, my build, it is better, right? It is better than my current build, and I even played Bright Memory at a solid 60 with all its ray tracing bells and whistles on the Series X, which again feels a lot better than me barely being able to hit 40 to 50 frames on my 2060 when I do RTX on and DLSS and all that. So yeah, I'll take it. Very great device so far. Bright Memory was another great showcase, even though I've already kind of played it and it's a very short experience. It is really promising of what's going to be coming towards 2021 in the future. I am really looking forward to Bright Memory like official release. I think Infinite is really great. I love what they're doing with it, and I had a blast. It's a very arcadey, fun experience, and if you like arcadey shooters and it's only like $8, I definitely recommend it. It's a really fun pickup. So for Series X, those are like my main ones I played to kind of test out the features. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's great so far. It's just locked 60. I think 4K to 1440 might be a dynamic res. I don't know. Wait for Digital Foundry to make that video on it. But as of right now, it's a very beautiful game. It has all of its effects, right? I'm still seeing snow kind of move and maneuver with your character when he's rolling around or running through it. You still see decapitation, no, I guess, cutbacks or drawbacks to hit that 60 frame per second, I guess, target, right? And it works fine. In terms of backwards compatibility, only thing I was upset about was the quick resume feature kind of not being there. It was really frustrating that the quick resume feature wasn't really implemented to a lot of games on launch day. It's something they really touted. I remember switching between games like Azora's Wrath and Black. I'm like, I'm playing Black, this game's awesome, and I played a little bit. I'm like, all right, I have my fix. Let's go play Azora's Wrath. I started Azora's Wrath. I'm doing my thing. All right, let me check out another game just to, test out the quick resume feature. Go back to Azora's Wrath. It's gone. My game's gone. It didn't save the thing for some reason, and it was like that with a couple of games actually. Some of them did work. Final Fantasy 15, I believe Tetris Effect Connected was another one, but some of the other ones just didn't work. Like, Watch Dogs Legions. Like, come on, these are some big games that people would think would quick resume, and you didn't hear about quick resume not working until if you kept up with Twitter and stuff, and that was really frustrating. So a little bit of a knock on Microsoft for not explicitly stating that, hey, some games will not use quick resume. That's a huge feature that isn't being used, and it's a little frustrating that I lost progress on games because I thought a feature was there, but it wasn't. So I'm gonna have to give them a knock for that. However, everything else is great. I think the best showcase of Series X to me in terms of its HDR color gambit and all that, and this could go for all the consoles if it eventually gets ported over, is Tetris Effect Connected. Its HDR implementation and its 4K visuals and its music and all that is a euphoric experience. I binged this game in one sitting. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous, man. It's incredible to look at. Beautiful music, wonderful visuals, and its HDR is out of this gosh darn world. It is a showcase, a testament to what a deep color scheme can do, and that was something I didn't even experience on the PS4 Pro. And trust me, I tried, right? I did everything I could. I mainly played that in PSVR too, but there's something that hits different about Tetris Effect Connected, especially on my 4K monitor here with its wide color gamut and all that. So yeah, it's beautiful. I'm tearing up, man. It's a beautiful game. But yeah, Xbox Series X, it does what it's set out to do as of right now, and that's why I'm just giving you my impressions. Basically what everyone's saying, it is a wonderful machine, and the Series X games I've played, they work beautifully. I'm running 60 FPS in games. I'm having no issues. It's a great experience. What it sets out to do, it does, right? It enhances all my old games and makes them look and play beautifully, and fixes all the frame rate issues, all the tiny little finagles. They're cleaned up, and it's an awesome backwards compatibility machine, which for someone like me who has a massive back catalog on Xbox, I'm having a blast. Going back and playing Monster Hunter World and stuff with no issues and getting right into the thick of things. Heck yeah, dude, sign me up. Loving all aspects of this Xbox Series X. However, my biggest thing is it worth picking up as of right now? I can't justify it. Even hard justifying it myself, even though I did mainly get it to replace my One X. It's hard to say because there's just not any games, I was expecting Second Extinction, which I believe was announced to be on there, not there. Some of the other games, The Ascent, The Gunk, not there. Halo Infinite, big one, not there. The Medium, a game I was really looking forward to, delayed till January 28th, 2020. It's hard to justify picking this console up when there's nothing to play on it, and that's my biggest gripe, is I have no games to showcase this console off to anyone that doesn't already have earlier titles. Now, it does do a great job of cleaning up some of its local multiplayer experiences. For example, games like Plants vs. Zombies, which had a pretty shaky split screen frame rate, along with Fortnite, are basically fixed with the Series X, so local co-op and stuff goes crazy. But Like stuff like that, that's still not enough to justify it, right? And I'm a little frustrated that there's just no major games for you to show off like this is the power of the Series X. Bright Memory is a close one. I think showing off how close it can be to that next gen potential we're gonna get next year is cool, and I believe Crossfire X is going to be a big one if it even still comes out this year. It's still slated for 2020. We'll see. I'm hoping that it comes out late December or something, man, because I really wanted something to showcase off this is the Series X. But as of now, just wait till next year. I don't think there's any harm. This is a very for early adopters or diehard fans like myself, Machine, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are going to be waiting anyways, especially due to all the shortages with consoles this year. So yeah, Series X, just wait till next year, man. It's fine, I understand. I honestly recommend myself just wait for that Halo Infinite bundle next year. Wait for the Medium or Hell's Blade 2, whatever it may be. It's perfectly fine. As of now, I'm enjoying going through my multi-plat games, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legions, cleaning up my back catalog a little bit, and getting that bad boy ready for Cyberpunk 2077 December. I kind of like that. We might actually use that. But 2077 in December. But regardless, yeah, Series X is awesome. From my personal experience, because I do enjoy playing through my old catalog and finally going through it and not having to deal with those awful load times and all that. Again, I'm not going to get into all that stuff. You guys all know the deal by now, right? I'm not going to sit here and assume you guys are new people. That's annoying. But, you know, it does what it does. It loads games faster. There's literally no load times. I don't even see loading screens anymore. I take a sip of something and I'm in the game, right? So that's cool. But however, it needs exclusives. I think we can all agree, and it's really hard to justify picking up a new console for exclusives or without exclusives when you could just play your old one, right? I think that's the biggest thing. However, that's not for me to say. As of right now, pick it up if you want to pick it up. If you know, are just waiting for Halo Infinite, that's totally fine too. My recommendation is, if you're not a diehard Xbox fan, just wait, right? Just wait for that Halo Infinite bundle. If you are a diehard Xbox fan, then this is definitely the console to pick up. And if you're just looking to replace your One X, I'd even say gun for it. It's definitely worth it. Like, if your One X is your console of choice recently and you're playing it a lot, it's so worth all the improvements and makes just your average day so much easier because you're gaming more. And I think that's the biggest thing, is especially for Xbox style gamers, they're usually like working guys. You're gaming more. You're not just sitting at loading screens. You're not installing, taking forever, especially because Game Pass is pretty much all digital. It's, you turn it on, you press set a game to install, 3 minutes it's done, depending on your internet speed, which, you know, in average, once you get a game finished in like 5 to 6 minutes, and you're playing the game, right? And it's awesome. So that's all my stuff I have to say for now on the Series X. Again, not a full review. We'll save that till later. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Great console. Check it out if you want to check it out. If not, totally understand. So, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, however. My next video, which is going to be in one of the cards here, is going to be the PS5 impressions. We're going to talk about what I like about the PS5 digital and all that.